Hello, everybody, and welcome to To Zeepkist Season 1 Bank Turns. Let's go. We are on to our last of these levels where we're going to be really going over a lot more of the initial theory. So this one I wanted to include because there's some really important parts in it, but there's one spot at the end that I'm not a fan of. So again, we're going to look at this. We're going to see that as we're going down, we want to stick on this left side. But what's interesting is because of that little bump right there, which typically is not considered great map making, but combination of that and how sharp that angle is, I've noticed that sometimes you want to go a little bit wider by the end of this bank so you can cut in for this part. You can keep going. We're going to see one of those little like rollovers I've mentioned before. Then we can kind of go down, cut in. And this is a section where, well, first of all, usually you on a transition like this, you want to be towards the middle, like you can see a lot of people are. Now, this right here is, like I said, the problem with this map. That's a really difficult turn to have with speed. If you're going slower, it's great practice. Otherwise, I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to outer wall ride this. And if you want to have a fast time, you can go from an outer wall ride and flip into an inner wall ride. Otherwise, outer wall ride and try and go around. So I'm going to show you guys that in use. So, we're going to be going left. The last second, like kind of go wide to cut in. Should have been a little bit more centered there, but just kind of like getting you guys a small idea of what this run is. Go in, kind of go towards the middle, but also make sure you have time to get over there, and then you can jump into that inner if you want. But yeah, like I said, this is gonna be the last one where it's kind of especially made for the event, where it's more or less basic. Although I think Maki had one that was specially made for the event as well, but that was that one turns into more of a use case, so and it's a much more difficult track. So that one I put later on. I will say for anybody who is watching and who will be watching on YouTube, if you guys have any suggestions on how I can make this ran better, or certain things that I can try and do to, improve either this event or stream in general, feel free to tell me in the CTR Discord. That's that inner. It is annoying. There's gonna be a lot of things that you're gonna notice with that. So the inner is something that's not really for beginners yet. I'm going to try and do a run without it. I am not positive on how I'm going to do it because I've never actually tried it without it. The first time I played this map, I accidentally got thrown into the inner and I just kept doing it. Again, trying to stay a little bit more centered there. So we're going to stay on this outer right now. And we can flip into here. You can see that you're going to be able to turn left there. Again, trying to stay as low as possible for that. Yeah, Maki, that was something I was playing with. I already kind of said it was going to be a 4-hour event for the main thing. That was the goal. I was originally planning between 8 and 10 minute times. And then by the time I was done with my selection process, I only had 20 maps instead of 24 to 30, so I just increased the lobby timer to fill the time. Hopefully in future ones, we'll have a few more submissions, and I'll be a little bit less picky in terms of this is incorporating too many elements. That was one of my biggest issues with some of the maps. It was like, okay, there's a lot of things to talk about on this map because we haven't talked about anything yet. So it's going to become easier as time goes on. The goal is either 8 or 10-minute lobby timers, though, typically. I also think that the lobby timers will be less noticeable as we go on. Okay, so I'm noticing also, so some people are going towards the middle at the start, and that's something else you can do is when you're trying to turn in on something like that, what you can do is if you're staying a little bit wider, you're going to maintain more speed. Because you're making less of a harsh turn. It's actually the third of your maps. The reverse bank trick works wonders if you enter a little more left than you normally do. Okay, I'm going to try that then. Like I said, part of this is also me learning. I'm obviously a decent player. I have around 1,400 hours in game. I've done well in a number of competitions, and but you know, for everybody, this is a learning experience, and it's something that we're able to use to share information with the community as a whole. You know, there's certain things that, you know, certain players might know and think that it's obvious, that may not have actually been known by the general community before. And again, that also comes down to the idea of, like, how are you going to read a map? How are you going to look at it and say, this, I see this skill, this technique right here. How do I implement it to work well with the rest of the track? So I'm just going to be sitting here trying to get that little reverse bank thing. It might be faster because the... If you want to be good, be either Maki or Zoma and Yanja is also acceptable. Same thing with Kern. It's really that easy. So one of the other things that I've been doing to try and improve myself skill-wise is doing some more challenge maps. That's something that a lot of the better players do. I don't know how Zoma's actually doing that. I'll be honest, that's a very difficult line with speed. And I think as you guys, as we go on, I think you're going to also see my own improvements in the game. So yes. Going up that reverse bank really quickly, then focusing onto falling off. Okay. Or on not falling off. We'll see if in the rest of this lobby timer I'm able to get that to show you guys what exactly he's talking about. I know what he's saying. The question is if I can execute on it. Nah, I think I went up too fast there. The way that I think about, like, the not falling off thing is that as you're turning, if you were, like, slightly falling off, your wheels are turning back into the road to keep grip on it. Yeah, I was not able to do it, but I would like to thank everyone for watching the video. And if you are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.